Have you ever wondered why so many believers, faithful, God-fearing Christians, struggle financially? You pray, you tithe, you trust in God's plan. Yet the bills pile up and financial breakthroughs seem distant. Does this mean God has forgotten His people? Absolutely not. But there's something deeper at play, something the enemy doesn't want you to realize. Today, we're going to uncover why the chosen ones struggle financially and what God is really doing behind the scenes. Stay with me, because this might just shift your entire perspective. Let's start with this truth. God never promised an easy life, but He did promise provision. 1. The test of faith. Do you remember Job? A righteous man, yet he lost everything: his wealth, his health, even his family. But his faith was being tested. Many Christians face financial hardship not because they are forgotten, but because they are being refined. Will you still trust God when your bank account is empty? This is the test. James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." 2. The battle against spiritual warfare. Did you know that the enemy attacks those who are chosen? Satan doesn't want Christians to have financial freedom because he knows that wealth in the hands of the righteous can fund ministries, help the poor, and spread the gospel. So what does he do? He brings delays, distractions, and discouragement. Ever noticed how right when you're about to make progress, something unexpected happens? That's not just life, it's a spiritual battle. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world." 3. Misalignment with biblical principles. God has laid out principles for financial prosperity, stewardship, generosity, and wisdom. But if we ignore these, we struggle. Do we work diligently? Proverbs 10:4 says, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." Are we tithing and trusting God? Malachi 3:10 tells us that when we give, God opens the floodgates of heaven. Are we avoiding unnecessary debt? Proverbs 22:7 warns, "The borrower is servant to the lender." Sometimes financial struggles happen because we need to realign ourselves with God's wisdom. 4. The preparation for greater things. What if your financial struggles are not a punishment, but a preparation? Think about Joseph. He was thrown into a pit, sold as a slave, and imprisoned. But what happened next? He became second in command over Egypt. Sometimes God allows financial struggles to build character, discipline, and trust. If He gave us everything instantly, we might not be ready to handle it. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him." So, what do we do when we struggle financially as chosen ones? First, trust God's timing. He is not late, He is preparing you. Second, fight the battle. Stand firm in faith and rebuke the enemy's attacks. Third, realign with God's financial wisdom. Be a good steward of what you have now, and God will bless you with more. God is not ignoring you. He sees you, He hears your prayers, and He has a plan. The struggle is not the end. It's the preparation for something greater. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who needs encouragement. And don't forget to subscribe to Hope Unshaken for more faith-building content. Stay strong, stay faithful, and remember, your breakthrough is coming.